Hi everyone. Well, I've just arrived in my stateroom on the Cunard Queen Mary 2, going from Hamburg to Southampton, and I am so excited to be on this ship. And I wanted to sit down for a minute and tell you why it is so special to me and why I get so emotional when I start talking about it. And I hope I get through this without it getting too heavy for you. But anyway, when I was 8 years old, we took a ship from England to Canada. We immigrated to Canada when I was 8, and that ship was the Cunard Queen Elizabeth. It was a ship, I remember, very similar to this. It was very sturdy and strong and not incredibly huge, but I think it held about 2,000 passengers. I don't remember very much about the cruise, to be honest. I was 8. My brothers were 7 and 6, so we were all very young, and I'm sure my mom had her hands full. But it was just the beginning of a new life. It was leaving England, where I'd been born, and I was a London girl, and moving to a new place and really starting a brand new life. But the ship was kind of it was the bridge, between those two worlds, and that growing up time in my life. And of course, I remembered my mom, who was a really wonderful person, and I think it was one of the few times in her life that she was happy and really enjoying the family to get all together. She had quite a big job with 3 young children under 8, but I have one picture from that cruise with her on the deck, and that's really one of the 5 pictures that I have of her. And as you probably know, because I've told you this a couple of times, by the way, I'm just bouncing around here because I've got my phone in my hand, that my mom died when I was about 18 years old. And so my memories of her were not really that strong. And that this was a very precious time. So that's why this ship is so special to me. Now, the Queen Elizabeth was in service for quite a long time. It actually had been a ship that was used during the war, and it had served its made itself very useful during that time. But it was also the glory days of cruising, where people very expensive cabins and very wealthy people would travel by ship. And I think the reason that we were on the ship, I think, is that my dad was sponsored by someone who had a job for him in Canada. We certainly couldn't have afforded it. And I don't remember what our cabin was like. It was probably not very much like the one I'm in right at this very moment. But, that was the Queen Elizabeth, the original one. It was actually sold, I think, and went sent to a place in Hong Kong, I believe, where it caught fire and had to be, destroyed. But anyway, that ship never made it. But this whole line of ships that Cunard has put together after, just a line of gorgeous, gorgeous ships, so solid and strong and majestic and comfortable. I'm going to take some pictures of this ship, and you'll have a video that will show you everything that I see. But I just wanted to take a moment to tell you why, personally, it is such an important trip for me to take. I don't know whether I'll ever cruise on a Cunard line again, but this was a precious opportunity, and I decided to take it and share with you. So thanks for listening, and I do appreciate you all in my lives. You have been such a part of it the last 10 years, and I know I've spoken about my mom many times, but it becomes super, super crystal clear how precious she was to me, and why family is just at the heart of everything that I try to do to make a better life for my kids and my grandchildren, and keep us all together. Anyway, thanks for being here with me, and I look forward to sharing the rest of this trip with you. Take care, everybody. Bye.